Matter of public interest, may we recognize Senator Joseph.JV Ejercito.
Can the chair request for total silence in the hall, please, so that we can listen to the speech of Senator Ejercito? So Senator Ejercito is recognized to speak on a matter of public interest.
A pleasant good afternoon, Mr. President, my distinguished colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. In celebration of the 4th UN Global Road Safety Week, I would like to present to this August Chamber the Philippines' current status in the global stage in terms of road safety and some policies we are pushing in order to help reduce fatal accidents and make roads safer for Filipinos. Mr. President, road safety issues greatly concern me as Health Committee Chair and Public Services Vice Chairman because it is both a public health and transportation problem. I'm sure Senator Grace Poe is the chairperson of the Public Services Committee and my ever-supportive partner in pushing for reforms in infrastructure and transport sector is also concerned of these. The Department of Health has reported that road accidents are the 4th leading cause of deaths in the country. In Metro Manila alone, 1 person is killed by a road crash every 17 hours. This means that an average of 43 Filipinos die every month, and at least 509 people die every year due to road accidents. What is very unfortunate in this data is that children are the most vulnerable to road fatalities since it is the 2nd leading cause of death of children ages 0 to 17 years old, next to drowning. The World Health Organization, in its Global Status Report on Road Safety 2015, also reported that 53% of reported road traffic fatalities in the Philippines are riders of motorized 2 or 3-wheeler vehicles. Second victims are pedestrians, who make up the 2nd biggest chunk of road user deaths at 19%, and third, drivers of 4-wheel vehicles at 14%, followed by their passengers at 11%. This gives us an insight on the unacceptably high number of road traffic crashes that occur in the country. Mr. President, we have to do something about this. As Vice Chairperson of the Public Services Committee and a transportation advocate, I have pushed for notable measures on road safety, such as the Road Speed Limiter Act of 2016, now Republic Act 10916, which requires operators and drivers of public utility vehicles, cargo trucks, and select private vehicles to install speed limiter devices to prevent overspeeding, resulting to fatal accidents. At the moment, we are still waiting for the Department of Transportation to draft the implementing rules and regulations, or IRR, which is long overdue, especially with the number of accidents recorded in the past year due to overspeeding. To handle major accidents involving all types of public utility vehicles or vessels, I have also proposed for the creation of a National Transportation Safety Board, or Senate Bill number 1375, that will engage in the investigation and determination of probable cause of transportation accidents, the issuance of safety recommendations, and safety studies directed at preventing recurrence of accidents and evaluating the effectiveness of concerned government agencies as well as their policies in preventing transportation accidents. The NTSB is proposed to be primarily responsible for the analysis, evaluation, and prevention of accidents on air, marine, and land transportation, including railways and pipeline systems, for the effective promotion of rider safety and to prevent loss of lives and property. I am expectant that we would soon pass the creation of the NTSB, since I believe our chairperson, Senator Poe, also filed a similar bill. Mr. President, today I am proposing for 2 more measures that seek to strengthen our road safety laws and to make traveling secure for Filipinos. The first measure that I am proposing is the Anti-Overloading Act of 2017, or Senate Bill number 1446, which seeks to criminalize the overloading of public utility vehicles by amending the penalties as prescribed in the Land Transportation and Traffic Code. Mr. President, we do not want another freak accident, such as what happened in Nueva Ecija last month. That overloaded bus that fell into a 100-foot ravine and that took the lives of 31 people and injured 46. It is about time that we update the law because, in reality, almost all PUVs have a habit of overloading vehicles at the expense of passengers' comfort and safety. This is why I am proposing to criminalize overloading and to increase penalties to 50,000 pesos, including suspension of franchise for the first offense, 250,000 pesos including suspension of franchise for the second offense, and 1 million pesos and revocation of franchise for the third offense. In the event that fatalities are involved in an accident, I am proposing that those accountable for the deaths should be subjected to 2 years and 1 day up to 6 years of prison correctional. The second measure that I'm proposing is the Child Safety in Motor Vehicles Act of 2017, or Senate Bill number 1447. Mr. President, while the Philippines has implemented the mandatory use of seatbelts to reduce death among drivers and passengers, the said law only protects adults and is not purposely adapted for infants and young children. This lack of a road safety law that specifically targets children and infants is what I would want to address, Mr. President. This is why I'm seeking to pass the use of the child restraint system for ages 0 to 12 in private vehicles. Child restraints are specifically designed to protect infants and young children during a collision or a sudden stop by restraining their movement away from the vehicle structure and distributing forces of over the strongest parts of the body with minimum damage to the soft tissues. Child restraints are also effective in reducing injuries that can occur during non-crash events such as a sudden stop, a swerving evasive maneuver, or opening of a door during vehicle movement. When correctly installed and used, depending on the child's size, height, and weight, child restraints are proven to reduce fatal injuries among infants by approximately 70% and among children aged 1 to 4 years old by 54%. Mr. President, as I propose this, I am thinking of the safety of my children and also of yours. The Philippines already passed 6 out of 7 interventions related to key risk factors on road safety. These laws are the Speed Limit Law, RA number 136, the Anti-Drunk and Drug Driving Law, RA number 10586, Motorcycle Helmet Law, RA number 1004, Seatbelt Law, RA number 8750, and the Anti-Distracted Driving, RA number 10913. Other supporting road safety laws include Senator Soto's Children's Safety on Motorcycles Act of 2015, or RA number 10666, which bar children from riding motorcycles and provincial highways. The only measure left is the Child Restraint Law, which shall seal the deal for us in our effort to promote and ensure road safety for all ages, and also in fulfilling the road safety targets as reflected in the newly adopted 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. With this, Mr. President, I am seeking the support of my fellow senators for the passage of Anti-Overloading Act of 2017, or Senate Bill number 1446, the Child Safety in Motor Vehicles Act of 2017, or Senate Bill number 1447, and also of the creation of the National Transportation Safety Board, or Senate Bill number 1375. That's all, Mr. President. May we all remain safe and secure on the road. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Senator Ejercito. Majority Leader.
We recognize Senator Risa Ontiveros, Mr. President.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, Senator Ontiveros is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to congratulate and thank my chairman in the Senate Committee on Health, Senator JV, for his privileged speech, for all the topics he included in it, and especially, Mr. President, for his highlighting of the need for our chamber to pass the Child Safety in Motor Vehicles Act. I share the good chairman's concern to set up one of the 6 pillars of a universal healthcare system, which is health promotion. And I believe that this act that he is sponsoring, that he has filed, is squarely within that pillar. Also, Mr. President, in the spirit of being the chairperson of the Senate Committee on Women, Children, Family Relations, and Gender Equality, for that same reason, I wish to congratulate and support the good chairman's authorship of the Child Restraints Law. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you for that.
I'd like to thank also Senator Tiveros for the support, for always supporting the measures that we have been filing, especially with relation to health and safety. Thank you, Senator Tiveros. Thank you, Mr. President.
Majority Leader.
Thank you, Mr. President. I move that we refer the privileged speech of Senator J.V. Ejercito to the Committee on Public Services.
Is there any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved.
Mr. President, also to speak on a matter of public interest, may we recognize Senator Richard Gordon.
Any objection? Hearing none.